hear me? Thank you all for allowing the Hinkle family to celebrate our heritage this evening. When we were invited to this event, we insisted that we were not farmers. We were merchants who had owned the property for over 100 years, but we were not farmers. After talking with each other, after thinking about all these things, after looking at familiar old pictures in a different way, instead of looking at the people, we were looking at the backgrounds, and we could see orchards, and we could see gardens, and we could see the barn, and we thought, okay, maybe we are. And reflecting on our childhood experiences of growing up in Richardson, we are now convinced that our family does have a history of being a part of the farming industry in Lawrence County. Our great-grandparents, R.D. Hinkle Sr. and his wife Charlotte Harris Hinkle, purchased 75 acres, including a house and a store building in Richardson in 1893. The house on the property was too small for a family of 8 children. R.D. and his sons, or his brothers, built a larger house, and the family moved to Richardson in 1895. He opened the store, and if you saw the building, it's a little squatty building, and the elephant was in front of it, the store was behind, that was the old store building. And he started the store in 1898. They moved from Peach Orchard, where he had worked in the coal mines. And if you know any history about Peach Orchard was a big booming town in the 1880s and 90s. They had street lights, they had all kinds of things going on up there that now is a wilderness. So, quoting from the purchase deed of this 75 acres, there is included in this covenants 2 mare mules, 1 2-horse wagon and all harnesses, 1 Holstein cow, 1 sow hog, all bees and beehives, 1 disc harrow, 1 hay rake, 1 cider mill, and all the farming and blacksmith tools of every kind that are now on the premises. End of quote. When I saw that, I knew that we were farmers. I thought I'd struck gold. This description that I'm telling now is what I remember from my childhood. The farm had 3 wells. We lived across the road when I was a child. Well, we lived across the road, and we had no good well at our house, so water had to be carried. I was lucky enough that they got water before I was old enough to carry a bucket of water. So, anyway, the farm had 3 wells, a big cellar with a smokehouse on top, several small buildings around the property, a barn for the horses and cattle. There was a pear orchard, and my mother made pear preserves until maybe a year before she passed away, and so we remember the pear orchard well. Apple trees all around the property, a grape arbor, which was so much fun to walk under, and large garden plots on each side of the house. The Hinkle family also kept their home open to boarders. We might call those bed and breakfasts now. And the National Daily Independent newspaper article in 1924 commemorating the 50th wedding anniversary of R.D. and Charlotte called them, quote, and that article is under the picture of their 50th wedding anniversary, beginning of quote, pioneer Big Sandians of Richardson. They were among the most widely known people in the Big Sandy country, for at their home, hundreds of traveling men have stopped for many years. End of quote. We have always heard stories of of the borders in our great-grandparents' home and in our grandparents' home. So perhaps they could be called the pioneers of tourism in Lawrence County. As an evidence of the deed that I have shared, agriculture is an intrinsic part of our family history and most of the other families in eastern Kentucky, throughout the whole region. While farming was not necessarily our family's primary means of income, it was a way of life then and continues to be intertwined in our lives today. We often just take for granted the skills and the abilities that were passed down through the generations. It is no easy task to raise a garden, to grow a few fruit trees, to have a few cows. And today that same property described continues to provide our family through timber, hay production, and cattle ground. So all things considered, I can say with confidence, the most valuable thing that we have grown from the Hinkle Farm in Richardson in over 100 years is family. And you've seen lots of pictures of gatherings. There were many, many more. In the 90s, after our father passed away, we moved to my brother's house and had reunions. In the 2000s, we have moved to Buddy and Kathy and Deborah's and Bruce's place, which we call the cabin. And it's a wonderful place because nobody has to clean house. We just go to the cabin and have our fun. So we are still gathering as the entire Hinkle family, not just our little immediate family, but the outer family. So today that tradition continues with our newest generation, Lindley, Ellie, Jace, and Lucy. Julia's bouncing Jace over there. They will form their values by growing up around farming influence. So thank you very much for having us this evening, and we're very proud to be a Lawrence County farm family.
Don't go too far, Sharon. Sharon was my guidance counselor in high school. It was just a few years ago.
He said stay up there. He said don't go too far.
Don't go too far, but we're gonna ask a family to come up and we got some presentations we want to present to you all. And I'm glad she said that. It's important, family. And we look forward to this every year, like I said before, with Rotary. It's been a tradition that we come together. I think it's important that we honor our families and our farms are so important to us here in Lawrence County. To my left is our district governor of Rotary, right here from Eastern Kentucky, right in Boyd County. So I invited her to be with us tonight. I wanted to share with her something that we look forward to. We've had a busy week. Rotary has there's a lot of good that we try to, our motto is service above self, and we try to demonstrate. And this year's theme is to make a difference. And there's a lot of people in this room that has made a difference here in Lawrence County. And we're thankful for every farmer that the hard work that you put in, you know. This is just our token in a way to say we appreciate you all and what you do here in Lawrence County. So this time we'll ask the Hinkle family. I was looking at Leif. We hang out together once a month at least. And I was noticing Leif's been telling me about the playground he's preparing for his grandson over here. It looks pretty good, Leif. He's doing a good job. And but we like for them to come up at this time, and we have a plaque. If Laura will come up, and I'd like to. Sure, we'll come and present that. We have Representative Jill York with us. She'll do a presentation here in just a minute. And Senator Ray Jones couldn't be here, and he's also sent something to your all's family to recognize. So this time, if you all will come up, we'd like to honor him.
Are you family?
We can go out front. Whatever's easier. Should we present this to him, Julie, or?
We're in good shape.
Present you all with this plaque.
Okay, can you look over here. Okay.
Yeah, his eyes wide open.
By the way, I don't know if anybody's been paying attention to pictures or not, but the biggest failure we ever had in the family was trying to raise elephants. We couldn't find a mate for that one.
That's what you'll find when you go back to this.
Start digging.
They sound a little bit quick on me.
Oh,
It's all right. On behalf of the House of Representatives, to the wonderful Hinkle family here, for their many, many contributions to Lawrence County down through the years, which I have learned tonight included starting tourism, yeah, getting the hotel industry up and going, in addition to hay and cattle and raising a beautiful family and a bunch of leaders for our community. I was noticing the pictures up here, and there was one very important one that you'll notice when it rolls back through. It looks like a new barn, and there's a wonderful rainbow behind it. Well, I have always known that there was treasure at the end of the rainbow, and I am not a bit surprised to know that it is a farm family. Congratulations and well deserved.
Miss Cantor, you and
Come on, Sharon. Y'all get in here. Come this way.
there you go. We
sorry,
don't do
she's still
this
Miss
well.
Cantor, she's still Miss Cantor.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Very proud of y'all. Yay, team. So that's generation
3. Next.
Well, he's not here.
From us.
He would be fifth generation, I guess.
fifth generation. Good stuff. Good stuff.
It's also from the Senate.
Oh.